What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm going to take this video in a little bit of a different direction. I want to touch on something I talked about in my other video. That was the ending. I'm talking about mental health. I know I make a lot of videos making fun of people, making fun of different, different types of things, but it's all in good fun. So I just want to touch on that in this video and let you guys know why I make these videos and the reasoning behind all of this. So, number one, I broke my wrist, obviously. So, I used to write a lot. I love writing. Writing is something that, was an outlet for me. Something I could do to kind of get my words out there to try and help people get over some mental health problems like depression, anxiety, possibly addiction. Something that, means a lot to me, and it's been in my life for a long time. I struggle myself with all three. But that's kind of why I make these videos. I know where I was in a certain place in a certain time, and it feels impossible to get out of. And it's a scary feeling thinking that you're trapped there. Your anxiety is just, through the roof, and your depression, you just can't seem to build up the motivation to even walk out of your house sometimes. And that's a scary thought. So I make these videos just to try and give people a glimpse of light sometimes, give something to laugh at. I'm not going to be able to make somebody's, change somebody's life for sure, but just that one moment in a day where you don't feel like laughing at all that day, or that day is not going good for you, and you come back at night, and you're just not feeling good, and you see one of the videos and maybe it makes you laugh. Maybe it just, gets your good feelings going again and brings up that positivity, even if it's just for a little bit. And that's what I do it for, guys, is to just make people laugh. It's something I really enjoy. But, saying that I struggle with anxiety, depression, and addiction, I've, dealt with addiction for a few years, but anxiety and depression pretty much my whole life. And I'm here to say it's not easy to deal with. And you probably know that if you've watched this far into the video, but you know that sometimes it feels impossible to overcome. And even though it may feel that way, it's really not. There's just a few things that you have to do, and you have to stay diligent when you do these things. When you're trying to get over that, you're trying to basically rewire your thoughts. And it's hard, and it feels like a burden, and it's scary as hell. But number one of the things I've noticed that have helped me a lot is getting out of my comfort zone, like making these videos. Like, this is not something I found myself to do. I wouldn't be doing this 5-6 months ago. I was too scared to even go out and talk to people. So just being able to do these videos and putting them out there for you guys to watch, and writing my own stuff for you guys, it's a lot of fun for me, and it gets me out of my comfort zone. But even if your comfort zone's a little, your anxieties are a little different. Say you're afraid of flying, or you're afraid of heights. It's so hard to get out there and go do those things. But it's not impossible. It's just gonna feel like it hurts a lot. You're gonna feel like you're actually dying, but you're not. And that's the hardest part about overcoming those anxieties, is to get out there and actually do them, because it's so much easier said than done. So when you're getting out there, you want to push yourself to the limit. Try as hard as you can, and just keep talking to yourself. Just keep letting yourself know, listen, it's not gonna hurt me. Whatever this is, it's all in my head, and I can control my own thoughts. And that's a big part of getting out of your comfort zone. That's gonna help you a lot with anxiety and even depression, because depression is just a byproduct of anxiety. Because you're sitting there and you're not doing these things, you're holding yourself back, you're really not enjoying as much of this world as you want, and that's giving you the feeling like you're stuck and you're sad and all of those terrible, terrible feelings. So step one is just getting out of your comfort zone to lower your anxieties, which is going to help out in the long run with your depression. And this isn't going to happen overnight, so there's no quick cure for that. And that's what, they have medication and different types of therapies and meditation. Those medications and all of that, those are great, but those are to help you while you're rewiring your brain. Those aren't something to just stay on for your whole life. I mean, you can if that's where you want to be and you're comfortable with that. But for me, I know I never wanted to be on those medications for long, so I worked really hard to work myself and change the way I was thinking while I was on the medication. And then once I felt like I was at a place where I could stop taking the medication, I had to work 10 times harder to push myself to go, oh shoot, now I don't have the medication to help me out there. And that was, in itself an anxiety. But I'm here to let you know that it is possible. Another thing is positivity. And it sounds kind of stupid, kind of silly, but you're in such a negative place when you're in that headspace. So even when you're not feeling positive, just pretend. And it sounds silly as hell, but it works. People go, oh, just force a smile, force a laugh, do that. And it works. You're going to start feeling yourself becoming more positive. You're going to start noticing changes in your life that, weren't there before. And that, overcoming those anxieties, like I said before, is also going to help with that positivity, because you're going to feel like, oh man, look what I did. Look what I achieved. That's a great feeling. And that's a feeling that you can carry on. And another thing, the last thing I want to talk about is staying away from negative people. You have to surround yourself with, number one, positive people, people who are looking out for you and looking out for themselves, because you want to hang out with like-minded people. So like-minded people have, they're motivated, and they're not just sitting there going, oh, my girlfriend, or, oh, my job, my life sucks, everything sucks. No, you want to go out there and hang out with those people who are, happy and joyous, and, oh, you know what, that happened to me, but I choose to not feel so shitty about it. So, you know what, you can't change what happens, but you can change the way you feel about what's happening. So that's just a little quick tidbit in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little turn away from the funny, and I promise the funny's not going anywhere. That's going to keep coming up. So if you guys enjoy this video, hit the like button, subscribe, throw a few comments down there. You can also follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and I just want to let you guys know, if you're struggling with any sort of mental health problem, you are not alone. So I hope you guys have an awesome night and enjoy the video. Peace!